of the attack leveled against you by the former president, do you regret your comments at all, accusing him of a disgraceful dereliction of duty and being morally and practically responsible for the attack?
I really don't have anything to add on that subject.
Leader McConnell, given the current state of the GOP with its deep divisions, in hindsight, do you regret not doing more earlier on as leader to distance the party from the more radical white supremacist elements that have found a home in the conservative movement? Should you have done more as leader?
Yeah, well, I think what you need to focus on is how unified we are today in opposition to what the Biden administration is trying to do. I've known Joe Biden for a long time. He's got an A-plus personality. Everybody likes him. Best evidence of that, he did a eulogy at Strom Thurmond's funeral and a eulogy at Jesse Helms' funeral. Everybody likes Joe Biden. What I didn't remember was that he was a moderate. And so what we have seen here at the beginning of this administration is pretty far left across the board. And the best evidence of it that's currently before us is the way they've chosen to take a totally partisan approach to COVID relief. Totally different from the way it was addressed by the Republican majority Senate last year, the Democrat House last year, and the Republican president last year. So I'm interested in what we're doing now and looking forward.
There's some discussion about going back and bringing back earmarks, albeit with transparency and some limits. Are you open to that, or what's your position on that?
You have to ask Senator Shelby about that. I did notice the House was going back in that direction. I don't have any thoughts about it at the moment.
Leader McConnell, on the COVID relief bill, the polling on it all shows that somewhere between 60 and 70% of Americans do approve of what the Biden administration is putting forward. Do you worry at all that, as you said, your unity in opposing it puts Republicans on the opposite side of the American people on this bill?
Well, I'm sure everybody would love to get a check. But they haven't yet learned about what else is in it. And part of our job as the substantial minority, remember we're in a 50-50 Senate here, is to make sure the American people fully understand what's being proposed. Is it a good idea to stick all of these extraneous matters into it? We were open, at least 10 of us, went down to the White House, discussed with the president something more narrow and targeted to the conditions that we find today. Look at the size of this package. It's the size of the CARES Act. We passed that in March of 2020. This is not 2020. There are hopeful signs that the economy is coming back. Vaccines are being distributed. The statistics are going in a better direction. We're in favor of targeting this relief to the conditions that we find today and looking forward, not backward.
Yeah. When you think of the $3 trillion price tag that's being bandied about a second package to come after this, Bernie Sanders addressed it today and said, don't focus on the price tag.
Well, I think we can anticipate they're going to try to use reconciliation one more time, and that'll be to raise taxes. And I notice the administration's in favor of at least getting the corporate rate from 21 up to 28. My guess is that's not where it'll stop. And so we'll have a big, robust discussion about the appropriateness of a big tax increase in the wake of our current situation. And my guess is they'll get around to that pretty soon, and we'll be dealing with that as well. Thanks a lot.